Two grown men, co-workers, football fans, zero expertise. Mike, George. Since there's nothing else on TV, sit back, relax, and see what happens when two guys who work at the cable company steal 30 minutes of local access time while no one is looking on a channel that nobody's watching. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
It's Friday night, 8 o'clock. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
And this is our really big game bowl episode.
It is.
It is. It's a really big game.
Yeah, we're not shooting on
It's
a Tuesday
almost-
and We're shooting
right.
on Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. And
Beep.
and we just watched the first quarter. Wow.
Of the really big. Well, there's good news for the Broncos. It can't get any worse.
Oh, yes, it can. And continue on the way
I
it's
said
going.
that after every play. I said, no, it can't get any worse. You see old Peyton Manning's eyes like saucers on that first play?
I think he's had the ball less than 3 minutes in the first quarter.
And he's done absolutely nothing with it.
He threw an interception.
Well, yeah, so that's a negative, I guess.
And he stepped away from his center, and his center, hiked it into the end zone.
That's what I mean.
First play of the
eyes
game.
the biggest saucers. What? What are you doing that for?
And John Fox and Pete Carroll both wasted
the red flag challenge.
Although
really
Pete Carroll's was that could have gone his way.
I didn't think the other one was quite as cut and dried. So I think it could have gone. Another big deal. Happy Groundhog Day.
Really?
Happy Groundhog Day.
Yeah. So what do you think about
Groundhog Day?
Yeah, thanks, George. What do you think about the commercials so far?
I've liked most of them. A couple were kind of a waste of space. The Maserati commercial,
You didn't like that?
No. It
All
really
right.
didn't do anything for me. But I did like the You Sexy. Oh, I did like the Chevy You Sexy thing with the the bull and the cows. But my favorite so far was the
Doritos
Time Machine.
Right.
I like that the best so far.
Me too.
Did you like that one?
I agree. That's the best one.
Yeah, I think that's about the only ones that I've liked so far.
All right. Well, the commercials are good. For the most part.
I've enjoyed the commercials.
Yeah,
the game,
the
not
pregame
so much.
ones were pretty good.
Not so much.
The game,
If you're a Seattle fan,
Seattle people have got to be charged up.
Yeah.
And but I'm just going to remind everybody: don't get too down in the dumps. Don't get too excited. Peyton Manning all year long has been a second half.
Yeah. And
but he's got to have the ball.
Well, we talked about it last week.
Seahawks
if you keep
are
that
managing
out of his
the
hands,
clock.
Managing the clock. They're doing great at third down passing, third and long. They're completing their passes.
But at the end of the first, the offensive line broke down. Somebody got in. Peyton was a little squeamish, a little nervous.
Another saucer eye.
He wasn't set.
Yeah.
He threw it.
Right.
He threw an interception. And started the second quarter. Seattle is in fantastic position.
They are.
But they're lucky that the score is only 8-0
It's only 8-0
right now.
So I guess their defense has come through. The Denver's defense.
Right.
So something that we probably didn't think would be quite as strong has come through.
In case you're the person on this planet not watching, it's a safety and 2 field goals. So Seattle has scored 3 times.
It's an
Denver
offensive.
hasn't crossed midfield yet.
Yeah.
And it all started with the kickoff.
Yeah.
Where the guy caught it 6 yards deep in the end zone, ran it out, got to the 11-yard line. And then it just nothing went right.
And then nothing has gone right so far. I haven't.
Nothing.
They must have got a first down somewhere, but
no.
I haven't seen. They've been horrible.
They've been terrible.
They've been horrible. But like you say, we got plenty of time. Seattle definitely looks like the strongest team, but they've only scored 8 points. That's two possession game, and one touchdown makes it a game.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that. There's a couple other bowls going on too.
We're not talking about anything else.
You don't want to hear that bowl?
Come on back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. Well, we just watched the second quarter, George.
Yeah, I would call it, I can't use the real name, but I would call it the Super Bore. How about you?
Wow.
It's pretty boring. I even Seattle isn't exciting me, it's just...
I'm sure the Seattle fans are very excited, and that's great.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, where are they if Denver's not screwing up?
That's a good question, but Denver is screwing up.
Yeah, there's an unlimited supply of screw-ups right now.
And there's something interesting. I think God is a
Seahawks
fan also, because the rain is falling, but only on the Denver sideline. It's starting to rain, but Seahawks have sunshine on their side and halos around their heads and shit. So, beep. Pardon me. Hey, I think we got an unhappy Denver fan.
Hey, how's it going?
It's Michael, the unhappy Denver fan.
What do you want to tell everybody?
Go Broncos!
That's right.
Come on, get your heads out of your butt. Go Broncos. Let me hear it one more time.
Clap your hand and say, go Broncos.
Go Broncos!
All right.
Well,
Are you enjoying the game?
Yes.
All right. You want to go eat some potato chips?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, buddy. Thank you for coming. That's pretty good. Yeah,
They finally
I'm glad we have some
seem
coffee.
They finally seem to shake it off, and they got like 3 first downs in a row,
and then another
interception.
stupid move. But
that one was tipped.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. What would you have done? Would you have kicked the 3 points and gotten 3 points?
You mean with a minute left in the half? And
on fourth
they don't get the ball
whatever.
coming back.
No.
So the score's 22-0. I think I would have put up
3 points.
3 points.
I would have too. I would have too. I don't understand that logic, but they haven't done anything that's impressed me so far. So, maybe the coaching is just as might as well blend in with the rest of the Denver
But congratulations to Denver on breaking the record of the biggest Super Bowl halftime shutout to date.
Let's party. Yes.
It was 10-0 when the Giants played the Ravens.
She lied.
And this is a little bit more than that. 22-0.
Yet another record. That's great. That's Denver Broncos. And I'm really, although I have the Seahawk hat on, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I've got the Denver orange. I got the Seahawk hat on, but I'm really rooting for Denver. So this is really a tough one, and I know you are too.
I am. I got my Broncos.
He's not trying to be unbiased at all. He's going for.
But
Broncos
I told you, I like both these teams.
I do too.
But I don't think. I mean, Seahawks are capitalizing on Denver screw ups, but they don't look fantastic. They don't look out of this world.
But they are creating.
Broncos need to go in, make an adjustment, but Seahawks need to make some adjustments too.
Sure.
Not that it's more critical for them to turn their game around, because basically they look pretty good. But
they say defense wins championships, and so
Do
far,
they ever?
I think Seattle's defense is playing just what they should be playing. They're keeping it out of Peyton's hands.
They are pressuring Peyton.
Keeping it out of Peyton's hands.
Two
and
of
I think
these
that's
bad
fantastic.
passes that have resulted in interceptions, although one was a tip,
Right.
he was being hurried. He
Right.
didn't get to put his back foot down, and he just kind of lofted it up.
He gets that happy feet thing going, and I think he can feel the pressure, and he's making bad decisions because he's had some wide open guys too and missed them.
Yeah.
So, did you like any of the commercials, by the way?
Yeah.
Well, here I didn't like many. I would say that why are you even paying for commercials for most of the ones I saw in the last quarter?
Really? Did you have a favorite? Let's not talk about the bad ones.
No, I wouldn't.
Not even an honorable
there's
mention.
9 bad ones. I kind of like.
What you think about Jerry Seinfeld and George Costanza?
I can't wait to see their. I guess they're going to have a reunion here pretty quick, and they said it's going to happen pretty quick.
Good.
So I think everybody's looking forward to that. I would say the T-Mobile Tim Tebow commercial was the most creative.
Yeah, that was good.
And inventive, and I did enjoy that one. But otherwise, not good. And Peyton had quite a day at the honors the other night. He won the most valuable player, or as we call it, the most valuable Peyton, and and he won the offensive player of the year. So
how do you think Alec Baldwin did hosting?
I thought he did great.
I did too.
There wasn't a whole lot of laughter in the audience as much as I thought there was.
Not during his
but I was laughing
monologue.
my head. I was laughing my head off.
He's
I
hilarious.
Said,
He's a brilliant
You are
comic.
clever, man. You are clever and you're funny. And what's wrong with these people in the audience? He was getting laughs, but God, some of the stuff was just really clever. So
I loved how when he was interviewing Peyton's mother, and Eli was like 4 seats down.
Did you have more than one face? Remember that one?
Who invented the cotton gin? Oh, I know this.
Eli Manning. Yeah.
Oh, Peyton.
Right. No, that was I loved him. I'm not a big fan because of his off field stuff, but I thought he was very clever. And we'll be back with the third quarter of the Super Bowl.
Come on. Welcome back to the show.
Yay!
Hey, George, somebody let the Denver Broncos know that they were playing a game today. And
I think there was a mercy thing. I think Seattle just said, let's let them score. They can't possibly catch up. I was actually just about to take off my Denver orange.
Were you?
And then they scored. So now there's still hope. There's still hope. Yeah, I was kind of glad
what
to
do
see
you
it.
think about?
You were pretty happy. You were clapping and everything when they finally scored.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see. I didn't want to see a complete blowout. I still want to see them come back. There's one quarter
I do
left.
too. There's a quarter left.
We got some stats here.
Oh boy! By the way, the score is 36-8.
Yeah.
So it's a close game.
First downs: Seattle 13, Denver 15. Go figure.
Pretty close.
Total plays: Seattle 39, Denver 50.
Wow.
Yeah. Total yards: Seattle 245, Denver 260.
Wow.
Something's not
Well,
adding
there
up
we go.
here.
It's not adding up.
Passing: Seattle 148 yards, Denver 241. Rushing: Seattle 97 yards, Denver 19.
Well, there we go. Now it explains a little bit.
Penalties: Seattle 7 penalties for 69 yards, Denver 5 penalties for 44 yards.
Okay.
Time of possession: 22 minutes and 24 seconds for Seattle, 22 minutes 36 seconds for Denver.
Wow.
Got one more stat here. Turnovers: Seattle 0, Denver 3.
Is that all? It seems like it's been turning over, like every 5 minutes. So, wow, that's amazing. It's a moral victory, if nothing else. I feel real happy now. I think they're in. What is like Seattle the first team to have a safety, a run back of a kickoff for a touchdown, and a run back of a punt for a touchdown, or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to give the props to Seattle. They have looked fantastic.
Boy, they came in with a game plan and they executed
Denver.
nearly
They executed Denver.
Well, but nearly flawlessly.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning hasn't been a factor in the game.
No.
They done a pretty good job against Demaryius Thomas, who scored the touchdown finally.
Right.
He hasn't been able to do a whole lot.
Been a pretty non-factor. Yeah.
And we were talking about the hitting. Denver's not tackling; they're hitting and then falling backwards. But when Seattle hits, the Broncos receivers are falling down. So I imagine they're hitting a lot harder.
Well, yeah. And on that last touchdown, it didn't like 5 Denver. Not the last touchdown for Seattle. 5 Denver guys had their hands on the guy that ran it in for the touch, or caught the pass and took it in. 5 Denver guys, right? Jerome Curse had 5 guys.
He spun off 2 guys.
Boom. Yeah.
Ran 5 yards, spun off 2 guys more, another 5. One guy hit him in the back, and he went in. He
pushed him in. No,
it's terrible.
Like I say, I'm giving props to. They look very, very good. And they look very, very unstoppable. I mean, we still have a quarter left.
We have a quarter left.
But
But it would seem that my Uncle Rick was right when he said defense wins championships.
Right.
I mean, are we about to see the best quarter of football in recorded history?
Are you asking for an answer?
Yes, I'm asking for an answer.
No.
We're not?
No.
Can they make it a game?
I think they can. I think they can make it. I think they can score 2 more touchdowns, but I don't
know.
I still think
tells
Seattle.
Me Pete Carroll's a smart enough guy to know he's got to eat up some clock here.
Right, and just let his runners eat up the clock, and that sort of thing. So,
Percy
Harvin.
Marshawn Lynch show from here on out.
Marshawn Lynch. Percy Harvin's looking pretty good. He's
lightning.
Obviously 100%. He said he was 100% coming in the game. He's obviously 100%.
It would seem so. He's fast.
But they're beating them in all 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. It just seems like they've got an answer for everything, and Denver has a score, one score, and that's it. So far,
right.
I'm pretty happy with Percy Harvin. He'd be my MVP up to the moment.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
All right. Well,
I say he is.
Come on back after the next quarter.
See you soon.
Welcome back to the show.
Yay! Go Seattle!
Win!
Go
All
Seattle!
right.
Yeah. As you can see,
I told you.
Yes, you did. And as you can see, I did too. There's no residue of Denver on me, or you.
I feel bad for Denver. I really do.
I do too.
But if you were ever unsure of the statement that defense wins championships,
this would be a perfect example.
Defense covers up a lot of faults.
Right.
Because, and you know what? If you take a look at the University of Alabama, they've always put a lot of focus on their defense.
Right. Yeah.
If your defense shuts down the opponent's offense, they can't score points.
Right. And your offense looks a whole lot better.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we had an MVP of the game, Malcolm Smith, who was a defensive player, had a pick 6 and a fumble. But
right.
Usually
the longest pick 6 longest pick 6 in Super Bowl history.
Right.
I think.
So
44 yards.
But usually you got an offensive
yards.
guy. You got an offensive guy that usually is a MVP. So you can see that the defense was really the star of the show tonight. And that was probably because of that defense, that was probably one of the least competitive Super Bowls I've seen. Although Denver had a lot of, some yards and Peyton had a lot of completions and stuff, they didn't add up to anything. So I thought it was one of the least competitive. How about you?
It was a disappointing Super Bowl, and I guess I should have seen the flags 7 seconds in. Immediately we started off with the kickoff, and the receiver took it 6 yards into the end zone, out, and he got tackled on the 10 or 11 yard line, and it went downhill. He didn't do that. Are we looking at a completely different game?
I'm not sure we are, but it might have been a more competitive game. But everything that Denver tried to do,
I don't want to take anything away from Seattle because they were prepared. Their defense was prepared. Their offense was prepared.
Special teams were prepared in every aspect, and they outplayed Denver in every aspect. Go Seattle! Yeah!
Definitely. Congratulations to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, that was a total beatdown. And I didn't think, of course, you went on a limb on 35 points. Denver scoring 35 points.
I did.
And I didn't think it would be this lopsided. I looked for Denver to win too. If you look at last week's episode, we all went for Denver.
Right.
And I never thought it would be like this.
My Uncle Rick told me 2 weeks ago, he said, I think that Seattle is going to thump them. It's not going to be close. Defense wins championships. He was right.
Where's
Yesterday,
your uncle from?
I
Is
thought
he
maybe
from up there?
He's from up there.
From that area. Okay.
He's a season ticket holder for the Seahawks.
Yes.
Remember?
Okay. Yes, I remember now.
But I knew I was in trouble when my dad picked the Broncos. Oh no. What have I done?
I've made a mistake.
Dad. I know he's watching. He watches every week. So.
Way to go, Dad. Thanks. But
So who won the commercial war?
Commercial war. Let's see. This last batch, I still say the T-Mobile Tim Tebow's were pretty good.
They were good.
I really enjoyed them, and I also enjoyed. Of course, I always enjoyed Budweiser. They had the Heroes Welcome and the dog and the horse love affair thing, and
right.
I liked those
that was
two.
Good too.
But there were some, and I'm not going to go into it, but there were some pretty poor commercials this year.
Pretty poor use of $4 million.
$4 million.
I've already
right.
forgot them.
Right.
But that time machine one for Doritos.
That was good too. I did enjoy that one. I did enjoy
that
that
had to be
one.
the best one, I think.
I
For
liked that one.
for
I
humor.
liked that one too. I did. Doritos overall were pretty good. So, again, if we can only come up with about 3 or 4 commercials that we really, really liked, somebody wasted a lot of money.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure
lot of
we'll go
people wasted a
online
lot
and they'll
of
say, "Oh yeah, this one was the best one of the bunch." But
All right. Well, look, thanks for coming over to watch the show. Thanks for watching this show. Hope your team won. We'd love to get some mail from you and your thoughts.
yeah, on the game,
You
bet.
can email
Or
us at
anything.
themgexp@gmail.com. You
Right.
can check out the show on Facebook, YouTube, or altitude.tv. Click
Our new destination.
About Us, and then click on Affiliate Corner, and there we are.
There we are.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
We had a great time.
That's the
we had
season.
a really great
Have a great
time. That's
football
the
week.
freaking season.
cheers. What?
Same to you. Quit drinking all my beer. Thank you. Did you know their premium can of beer was $14? If you got a can of beer at the Super Bowl, it was $14. Bottled beer was $12.
Well, it was $14 beer night.
Yeah, that was a special, wasn't it? And then we had
That's
a
why so
souvenir.
many people were there.
That's right. Souvenir soup mug was $20.